was blessed by a priest, and then you can buy that.
See,
but then there's actually the true holy oil, which cannot be sold and is only used for personal use by the priest in anointing of the sick.
It's oil. How do you know if there's holes in it?
Oh, no.
It's not like that Swiss cheese. That's stupid. And come on, you guys, Christians of the world, how is this God's will? Explain it to me how that makes sense. And why that would happen. Why would God just wipe out 20 people that day? He obviously didn't explain it to the priest first, or he wouldn't have ran.
Right? Yeah. Oil is mentioned a bunch of times in the Bible, so that's what it is.
Yeah, no. The Bible, in case you guys didn't know, it's kind of got a start and an end date to it. Those are all stories that happened. It's not a prediction of what's about to happen. It's just telling us what did happen.
That's right.
So,
or what supposedly happened.
There's not a ton of prophecy in there. It's not like, hey, stay tuned, this is what's gonna happen. Which is the part you guys seem to get wrong most of the time. It's not. There's not another flood coming. There's not. It's not. All this shit's not like happening. Like, oh, don't do this or it's gonna happen again. That's not how it works. It's just a fucking book. That yeah, it happened, and now you all have to fucking water on the floor and crush 20 people to death. In what part of the world does that make any sense? That's. Like, just use your fucking head before you do any of this stuff. Like, how come after the first, 9 people got crushed to death, people didn't stop and go, whoa, wait a minute. This is probably bad. It doesn't seem very Christian to just trample these motherfuckers for no reason. Does that seem anti-Christian to anybody out there? Maybe? No? All right. Well, let's just keep doing it then. Use your fucking heads.
Eric, you're going to love this. Speaking directly on this topic, there's a guy in the U.S. who wants to sue the NFL for multi-millions of dollars. Because why, you ask? Let me tell you why. Because of the halftime show.
Oh, of course.
Because he wants to sue them because he says that the halftime show seeing 2 women scantily clad and doing these sexual movements on television can raise unwanted desires in men, and therefore they should be punished. So again, this is that whole men have no responsibility for their actions. It's always somebody else's fault.
I absolutely concur. I haven't seen Shakira in several years. I didn't notice if she's been around. I didn't know it. I don't follow popular music very closely. I'm still trying to figure out what a fucking Rizzo is. I still haven't figured out a Cardi B. I gotta see what that so it's been a long. Like I got no idea really what's going on in popular music. I think Kanye and Puff Daddy are the same guy. I'm an idiot. So here's what I'm saying. When I saw Shakira at the halftime show, it's the first time basically since that first video she made, that my hips don't lie, whatever bullshit. Yeah, there was definitely some unwanted feelings creeping up there. I promise you. There were some feelings I wasn't expecting. I had some issues dealing with them.
You didn't. You found lots of Kleenex and you were fine.
I'm fully on side with this guy. He is absolutely correct. I was very surprised by it. Now, and what Gord just said is absolutely right. You go have a shower and you deal with it. You don't sue the NFL. And so what was this guy's premise? So he's going to get all rapey now or something? Or
I'm gonna actually get this quote here because I really need to. His. Oh, it actually doesn't even. He is so provocative suing the NFL for endangering his eternal soul. That's what he's that. That's why he's suing them.
Oh, just for having impure thoughts.
Just for having impure thoughts. So
wow.
That's exactly.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Don't forget, he watched it.
Well, of course he did. You're not going to take your eyes off that. Well, like you can't unsee what you've seen, right? So you might as well go through right to the end. I didn't know who was in the halftime show, but prior to the halftime show, so I watched it too. And once I saw it, those thoughts started. There's nothing you can do. They're there.
Oh, by the way, I will let you take Eric. How much do you think he's suing them for?
Well, let me see. The NFL makes an estimated $14 billion a year. I'm going to say he's suing them for $14 billion.
$867 trillion.
Starting to think this guy is not the brightest bulb on the Christmas tree.
Should I give his name out? I'm not sure. Should I?
Absolutely. We should try to have him on the show. $800 trillion?
$876 trillion.
That doesn't exist. There's not 800. What is the basis for the number? That's a very precise number. I'm sure there's a good reason for it.
That I don't have that as of this moment, but the guy's name is Dave Daubenmire, and he is the host of Pass the Salt live webcast.
Oh, of course he is. Why are we not watching this? Why are we sitting here talking instead of watching this guy's Pass the Salt? Sorry, I got to write this down. I'm just writing something else down at the moment. Something that I also wanted to bring up, just because I think it's stupid. Sorry, his name's Funky Winkerbean? What?
Dave Daubenmire. Daubenmire.
Daubenmire. That doesn't surprise me at all.
And he's the host of the Pass the Salt live webcast.
Pass the Salt live webcast.
Which he released on YouTube.
Of course he does.
Yes, he does. And the best thing is, by the way, the article that's showing it's the picture of Shakira and J-Lo with both of them with like their asses when they're shaking their hips on the side. So it's just their asses shot. It's like, bam.
Now, I'm assuming he makes somewhere near that $800 trillion mark from his webcast, obviously.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He must.
And that's why he's suing for that amount. Oh, my good God.
My name is Jeff.
I got to check this thing out.
I have his whole statements here. I think we ought to sue, he said. Would that halftime show, would that have been rated PG? Were there any warnings that your 12-year-old son, whose hormones are just starting to operate, was there any warning that he was going of what he was going to see might cause him to get sexually excited? I think we have to sit down in a courtroom to present this evidence of how whoever put on the halftime show is keeping me from getting into the kingdom of heaven. Could I go into a room and say, viewing what you put on that screen put me in danger of hellfire?
I absolutely need to see this case go forward, and I will support you, Dave, in any way. You have the full support of Eric and Gord to take this as far as you can. Can you spell his last name for me again?
It's D-A-U-B.
D-A-U-B.
D-A-U-B-E-N-M-I-R-E.
M-I-R-E. And if you want to contribute to the Dave Daubenmire, Eric and Gord support fund, feel free to make a donation here, and we will make sure it gets to Dave Daubenmire. This guy, I need to see this guy go to court. Now I only see do you have a picture of him there?
Yeah, I do.
Is he a guy with a goatee, glasses?
He does. Yeah, he's got goatee, glasses.
Looks like an angry Steve Spielberg. Okay. Yeah. He has Coach Dave Daubenmire.
Yeah, Coach Dave Live is the thing that I saw that just came up here.
Yeah.
To finish off his statement, though, he says, so if he went into court and he said, viewing what you put on that screen put me in danger of hellfire, the court could say, that doesn't apply here because the right to produce porn overrides your right not to watch it. Yeah, well, you didn't tell me I was going to watch it. You just brought it into my living room. You didn't tell me there was going to be crotch shots. That's discriminatory against the value I have in my house. You just can't do that. I want to sue them for about $867 trillion.
Here you go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to give you a little taste of Dave Daubenmire here talking about the NFL.
I think we ought to sue. Sid, what do you mean? I think we ought to sue. That's what I think. Hey, folks.
He's just taking.
Were there any warnings before that Super Bowl halftime show? Would that halftime show, would that have been rated PG? Were there any warnings that your 12-year-old young son whose hormones are just getting ready, just starting to operate, was there any warning that what he's going to see might cause him to get sexually excited? So I think we ought to go sit down in the courtroom and present this as evidence. And how the whoever is keeping me from getting into the kingdom of heaven.
Whoever is keeping me from... Yes, it would be rated PG, Dave, or else it wouldn't have been shown on television. They have a delay for stuff like that now, thanks to Janet Jackson.
Every live sporting event is a PG a thing because it's live.
Yeah, exactly. But even if there's about a 7-second delay just in case something happens that's unexpected, a Nipplegate scenario again. So yes, it is PG. And Dave, I'm not sure if you've had a talk with your 12-year-old son recently, but I guarantee you he gets sexually aroused by a fucking dish towel. Everything is sexually aroused. You can't blame the NFL for your 12-year-old being horny. That's what 12-year-old kids do.
I mean, I tell you, I've been aroused by a good strong breeze, so, you know.
Right? But, Dave, I fully support you in your cause. I'm going to just make sure I don't forget your name here. And he has, check him out. He's got tons of videos on the YouTube, and this is a lot of free advertising for you there, Dave. We're going to have the Daubenmire Minute on our show from now on. That's going to be a thing because you have, I particularly want to hear this little rant about how bigot is the new N-word.
No.
I
fucking hate this prick already.
I also I like we gotta cut. He's gonna cut Donald Trump some slack for trying to decriminalize homosexuality. He's gonna let Trump get away with that.
Well, that's mighty nice of him. It's very Christian of him.
That's mighty Christian of you, Dave. Dave's got some good ideas here, and I can't wait to keep listening. He's got things that range from a minute up to over an hour. 1,492 videos Coach Dave has. That's CoachDave.tv. There's a plug, Dave, from the biggest Canadian podcast on the air at the moment on my computer.
Oh God, I want to move